Hello, and welcome to Wobbledogs. Now we got something extra special in store for today's episode. That's right, it's going to be the very first Next Top Wobbledog Challenge. This reality show, we're going to be eliminating Wobbledogs down to find one true Wobbledog.
Hi, I'm PBD.
And I'm Kaz, and let's go ahead and meet our contestants. Starting off Group 1, we have Polaroid, who is awfully blue, and the first introduction today. Next up, we have Leafy Sun, who is awfully leafy and kind of looks like a leaf. Imagine that. What the Dog Doing is our next contestant, which makes us question what the dog really doing. And Some Fun Doggo is now added to Group 1 as well. Finally, we have Strawb Milkshake, which is rounding out our first group in today's episode. Now, all of our groups are going to be facing a similar challenge for their first challenge that they have to face, which is going to be navigating a jungle maze. Now, the first 3 Wobbledogs to make it to the end of the maze will move on to the next round. That's one jungle I don't want to get lost in.
I'm PBD.
I couldn't agree more. Now, Group 2 is going to consist of Aqua the Protogen, leading out the group here as our first addition to Group 2. Next up, we have Kirby Lover 1000. That name seems kind of familiar. Let me know in the comments what you think of it here. Ponchu is going to be our third addition to the second group that we have for today's Next Top Wobbledog. Pip Dragon, a fan favorite that's never been seen before. How's that happen? Also makes a triumphant return here to Group 2. And finally, we have Zelly, who's going to be rounding out Group 2 in gloriously big-nosed fashion. Now, those are a couple of good-looking dogs. Now, just like Group 1, Group 2 is also going to be facing a jungle maze here. Let's see who can make it to the end to proceed. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Group 3, we're introducing recording software. Very blue, very green. First addition to Group 3. Next up, we have Squiggly. Squiggly is going to be the... Oh, well, I guess Squiggly's eliminated. Next up, we have Borb, the third edition or second edition? I don't know. But Group 3, you got Borb. And Frog, you're also joining Group 3 as the... Wow, really? Okay. Finally, the last edition, don't die on me here, is going to be Wobbly Legs. Oh, well, he's a puppy. There's no way he's going to die. Wobbly Legs. You got no legs. How ironic is that? Well, I'm pretty sure they talked about this in an Alanis Morissette song.
Hi, I'm PBD.
Now, the jungle that Group 3 is going to be facing is set up very similar to the other ones, but a lot more bamboo. Borb, are you serious? Okay, well, the competition just got easier in Group 3 then, I guess. That, or the Wobbledogs are just dying to get out of here. Now, for the final group of the day, Group 4, we're starting off with CND1 as our first dog. Very tall, very mosquito-ish. Next up, we have Pez Girl. Pez Girl is very white, very cute. Probably the cutest dog that we have in the pack, I gotta say.
I'm PBD.
I'll see if I can get her to send you a message. Artie is going to be the third dog that we're adding to group number 4. And Artie is, you're kind of, you're doing tricks for us. Very nice, Artie, very nice. Blanky is going to be the next dog that we're adding. And wow, Blanky, you got a lot of heads on your shoulders. Glacial is going to be the 5th dog that we're adding to the final group. And wow, look at how stoic and majestic this beast is. And finally, we have one extra dog in this group because, I don't know, math is hard. Lemon, you are the large dog that's going to be rounding out Group 4. Those are some great looking dogs overall, but wait, what's this? Do we have a last minute entry? Oh no, well it looks like Mr. Grizzly Bear 30 could not find your way to the entrance. That's what you get for not being able to follow directions. It looks like you won't be added to a group in today's competition. Speaking of competition, here is the jungle setup for Group 4's Jungle Maze. Now, hopefully everybody can get off to a great start and we have a nice, clean race. Let's check in with Group 1 here, and it looks like everybody is off to a very slow start, but there seems to be some alliances forming very early on. Polaroid is last of the pack so far, just taking up the back, but everybody else seems to be buddying up. We'll see if that pays off for them in the end. Now moving on to Group 2, we have Zelly, who appears to be taking an early lead, but is having difficulty navigating that bamboo corner there. Unfortunately, that large nose may be more of a hindrance in this competition than a help. But it looks like Zelly made it. Good job, Zelly. And it looks like Zelly's even wagging her tail in triumph. Good job. Switching angles here, we see everybody else seems to be doing a little bit of infighting here and just cannot set aside their differences to even begin this race. Meanwhile, Group 3 is facing a different challenge altogether as Wobbly Legs and recording software sit amidst the mountain of their dead companions. I don't even know if they have the will to proceed at this point. And finally, our final group of the day, Group 4, is just reveling in the joys of life at the entrance. They have so far to go to finish this maze, but for the time being, they are just enjoying their screen time, enjoying each other's company before they one by one eliminate each other. Now, it looks like we have some stiff competition on the books. What do you think, PBD?
Hi, I'm PBD.
Well, that's certainly one way to put it. Now, looking back at our first group for the day, it looks like everybody cannot be bothered to leave each other alone. Even Polaroid is joining these shenanigans. They're not going anywhere. Group 2 seems to be having other difficulties here, as once again, Zelly is hung up on her nose on some bamboo. She just cannot seem to figure it out. Now, Panchu is in a firm second place, but still quite a ways behind the pack leader here at this point. Are we making some progress, Zelly? It looks like it. And, oh no, you just psyched me out. Group 3 is just depressing. I just get depressed. I don't want to see Group 3. Move on to Group 4. Here in Group 4, it looks like everybody is making a little bit of progress here, moving out of the entrance, except for maybe Artie. Lemon is using their weight to certainly boss everybody around. And wait, it looks like we have a development in Group 2 here. Cut to it. And yes, it looks like Zelly has managed to get her massive nose off of that bamboo and is slowly making her way towards the finish line. And there we go. Zelly is the first to finish the race and return. It's okay, Zelly. We'll count it.
I'm PBD.
I couldn't agree more. Now, going back to Group 4, it looks like Glacial has somehow managed to find a shortcut to make it past the throng of other Wobbledogs, including the other two frontrunners, Lemon and CND1. Great job, Glacial. Now, what the dog doing is answering the question of what the dog doing in Group 1. The dog doing nothing. It looks like Leafy Sun and Some Fun Doggo have formed some sort of a bond as they drag each other further and further to the head of the pack here. Meanwhile, in Group 3, recording software and Wobbly Legs have not moved a single pixel since starting this race. Now, Glacial in Group 4 is still ahead of the pack here after finding that absolutely epic shortcut, leaving the competition in the dust. Now, it looks like Glacial may be the first one here to reach the finish line in the group, but we'll have to wait and see. Panchu has taken a very decisive lead of the remaining dogs in Group 2, but not decisive enough as the rest of the competition is just around the corner behind them. Some Fun Doggo and Leafy Sun from Group 1 here are making fantastic progress as it looks like Some Fun Doggo is going to drag Leafy Sun come hell or high water across that line. Now, unfortunately, it looks like they both decided to pupate right at the end. We'll see if this risky maneuver pays off for them. Back in Group 4, Glacial is stuck in their existential crisis as they cannot decide if they want to finish the race or not, as Lemon slowly, oh so slowly, passes Glacial, and yes, Lemon is finished. And Lemon also wanted to see if Glacial wants to return. It's okay, Lemon, we will count that, no worries. And CND1 here is also going to take advantage of Glacial's frozen state, as they are the second dog to cross the finish line. Excellent. Here in Group 3, we have some developments as Wobbly Legs is showing more liveliness than we've seen out of the group of dead dogs today. We'll see if this pays off. So far, it's not. And another payoff that we're going to look forward to here is What the Dog Doing? What the Dog Doing seems to be doing a pupation. Maybe this will give them the energy that they need to complete this race. Who knows? They're so far back, you might as well try anything. Whatever it takes to finish the race. That's what I always say. Speaking of finishing the race, that appears to be something Glacial has not even considered at this point, as they just contemplate whether they are even worthy to finish the race or even worthy to be here at all, as Blanky slowly takes up second. Now, not one to accept second at all. Polaroid seems to be taking advantage of the situation here as Leafy Sun and Some Fun Doggo exit their pupations here. It does look like Polaroid has managed to pass them both. That's a far cry from what's going on in Group 2 as nobody is passing anybody and we seem very far from anybody else finishing this race. Well, let's cut back to the action here, and yes, Leafy Sun has been the first in Group 1 to make it through. It looks like Polaroid is not going to be far behind, as Some Fun Doggo seems to be going the opposite direction now, seemingly lost without his big green friend. Some Fun Doggo, the exit is this way. Now, tuning back over to Group 4, where we only need one more dog to finish here to round out our winners here from the group. Pez Girl is trying to get past Glacial's tail, but Glacial is stubbornly stopping them. Now, perhaps Glacial never even intended to finish this race. Perhaps their only reason for being here is to prevent others from finishing. Now, call it stubbornness, or call it confidence, or call it determination. Whatever you call it, Pip Dragon here is slowly struggling, step by step, to be the next one to finish the race here in Group 2. Now, you could tell that hunger is starting to take its toll on our competitors here, but Pip Dragon nonetheless is pushing through. Going back to group 1 here, it looks like some fun doggo is finally going to make their way towards the exit. But who's that? Bringing up the rear, we have What the Dog Doing. That yellow buddy, you would not have expected it. Can he? Oh no, he cannot get there in time. Well, that's okay. I gotta say, What the Dog Doing, you are an excellent competitor. Excellent. PBD, what do you say?
Hi, I'm PBD.
That's truly heartwarming. In group 2, it looks like we have somebody about to finish here. Pipdragon is just about to cross this finish line, and yes, there you go, Pipdragon. Congratulations. Aqua the Protogen, looks like you may be in second place. Now, going back to group 4, Pets Girl is just about to make her way past Glacial's tail, and yes, she has done it. Now, she only has about 6 or 7 steps to go here, maybe with those stubby legs more like a dozen, but Glacial, with Glacial's pure size, could probably do it in 3 or 4 steps. It does look like Pets Girl is going to be able to close that distance before Glacial even bothers to take another step, and yes, there we go. It looks like Pets Girl is finished, leaving behind Glacial, Blanky, and Artie. Congratulations, but you go home with nothing. Speaking of nothing, there is a whole lot of nothing happening in group 2 as our 3 remaining contestants are spending their time pupating. Now, we only have 1 spot left, and they seem to be pretty spread out, so this seems like a very risky maneuver for any of them to be pupating at this point. Did you forget about group 3? Because I forgot about group 3. This is what group 3 is doing. They're doing a whole lot of nothing as well. Wow. Now, if you're going to use the weird tactic of doing nothing like some of our dogs done, make sure you're not doing what Aqua the Protogen and Ponchu are doing. See, right now they appear to be doing nothing or sleeping and doing nothing here. And meanwhile, Kirby Lover 1000, it appears is going to be passing. Yes, they are passing Ponchu right here. They are taking second place. Now, we only have 1 place left here, and it looks like if you get caught sleeping, you get slipped on. I don't know what that means, but Kirby Lover, yes, Kirby Lover 1000 has, in fact, managed to pass Aqua the Protogen. Now, they're very close to the finish here. It really doesn't look like there's any way they can lose at this point here, especially since Aqua the Protogen is walking backwards at this point. You can tell the exhaustion here, the hunger and the thirst, and the need for sleep is definitely wearing on our competitors here. And yes, Kirby Lover 1000 has managed to make it. As I said earlier, we do need 3 competitors from every group to win. There's only 2 competitors left alive in group 3, so frankly, you guys are going to have to go through.
I'm PBD.
That's an excellent point, PBD, and I'm also greatly looking forward to seeing what round 2 has to offer. In the meantime, let's enjoy a commercial. You're browsing the channel, and you like what you see, so you slowly scroll your mouse down to find that little red button.
Subscribe.
Sometimes it happens in the middle of a video when you decide I must see more, and you look for that red button. Have you ever wondered, how do I hit that little red subscribe button on YouTube? Maybe it's time for you to take the plunge and subscribe. Wow, well, I'm sold. Order 8 of those for myself. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our lost Wobbledog here. It looks like, yeah, Mr. Grizzly Bear 30 still is not able to find their way into the competition. Just goes to show following directions is important.
I'm PBD.
Wow, that's some colorful commentary, PBD. Now, it's a good thing our Wobbledogs worked up such an appetite in the first round, because the second round is, you guessed it, an eating contest. We have 1 separate room for each of our 4 groups, and depending on how many Wobbledogs are left in that group, we have separate pens for them, each with 5 food items. The first 2 Wobbledogs from each group that complete eating all 5 of their items will get to move on to the next round in today's episode, and truly, this is one for the ages. One for the ages. I don't know, man. I'm hungry. Now, group 1 here is going to be eating donuts, and oh, look at Polaroid right off the bat is just going to devour one, and wow, everybody is really just taking them down here. That's excellent. Like I said, these contestants really did work up an appetite here. Well, maybe Leafy Sun didn't take one down. Leafy Sun, can you go ahead and catch up to the others? I think you'll like it. Wow, Polaroid is taking down another, taking a very early lead here with a nearly bottomless gut. Group 2 is being served ants on a log, and wow, it looks like Pipdragon has already taken down one of those 5 ants on a log as well, and is ready to pupate. This might be a risky move, deciding to pupate right now during this point of the competition, but who knows, maybe it'll work up an appetite. Now, we're serving deviled eggs to group 3, which consists of Wobbly Legs, and wow, Wobbly Legs already took one down, taking an early lead against recording software here. Excellent. Now, there's still time for recording software to catch up. He is surrounded by plenty of deviled eggs here. We'll see if he is able to catch up here really quick, and it seems not. Now, the final group that we have here in our eating competition is going to be Lemon C&D1, who is already taking an early bite. Excellent. And then Pez Girl on the far right. All of them are being served 5 chicken nuggets today, which should be no problem to eat them quickly, but we'll see what they can do. Wow, this is making me hungry. Checking back in on Group 1, it looks like Polaroid is taking a nap. And there isn't a lot of activity from the other Wobbledogs here, so we'll have to check back. In Group 2, it looks like Zelly's also going to be following Pipdragon's lead and deciding to take this as an opportunity to pupate as well. We'll see if it pays off. Now, the activity in Group 3 looks very similar to the foot race that they had in the last round because, frankly, no progress is being made by either Wobbledog. Now, in Group 4, on the other hand, we are going to get a little bit more activity. This has been a very lively group, and Lemon, look at, Lemon is already taking down yet another chicken nugget as well to even it up with CND1. Now back to Group 2, Pipdragon, it appears, has already completed his pupation here. And we're just cleaning up a little bit of the messes here while we have an opportunity. And whoa, Kirby Lover 1000 taking down an ant on a log. Very excellent here. And what? Going for a second, combo. Let's take a quick peek here at Leafy Sun and the rest of Group 1. And it doesn't appear that there's a lot of activity here. Maybe the donuts are a little bit too filling. But you know what's not filling? Deviled eggs. Oh man, I could eat like 1,000 of these things here. But the Wobbledogs seem to disagree as both recording software and Wobbly Legs are seemingly ignoring them. Oh, here we go with recording software taking one down to even it up at 4 left for each of them. Now, as expected, Group 4 is being highly active here with Pez Girl taking one down and CND1 backflipping, suplexing another one while Pez Girl is grabbing one and Lemon. There is a lot of activity here. Wow, we cannot take our eyes off this group.
Hi, I'm PBD.
That is the competitor I'm watching out for as well. Back to Group 1 here, we have, Leafy Sun is taking one down now. That's excellent. They're finally making some progress in this group. Now, keep in mind, they don't want to work together in this one here like they did in the first race, even though, oh yes, Leafy Sun's partner in crime, Some Fun Doggo, also takes down one. I wonder if they are twins. In Group 2 now, we have, Pipdragon taking, yes, another ant on a log down. I believe that's 3 of them that they've taken down total, and then promptly falling asleep. Yes, they need to recuperate after that. I understand. Checking back in with our curse group, Group number 3 here, that have suffered a lot of deaths here as a group since the beginning here. It looks like Wobbly Legs took one down here, but recording software is having a little bit of trouble with his head. If he's not able to figure his head situation out, how is he going to eat? Well, that's not a concern for Group 4 here. It looks like CND1 is deciding to take the time to pupate. That's okay. They're evened up here at 3 nuggets left to eat for each of the competitors. That's going to be Lemon, CND1, and Pez Girl. CND1 now is popping out, and hopefully they've built up a little bit of an appetite here after that pupation. Let's go ahead and destroy that that shell so they don't eat that and fill up their gut unnecessarily. That would be not fair. Now, it looks like Polaroid is going to be maybe deciding to pupate as well. Maybe they're getting a sense of, a turning of the tides here in the other rooms and other dogs that have been doing this. Maybe they're getting some sort of an advantage. They're already ready to hatch, but honestly, they better hurry up here because it looks like Some Fun Doggo already has 1 donut left. Now, do you have a favorite doggo that you're picking to win this whole competition? Let me know down in the comments so we can all point and laugh at you when you're wrong. Checking in here on Zelly, Pipdragon, and Kirby Lover 1000. It looks like Kirby Lover 1000 is down to his last ant on a log. And is he gonna complete it right now? Oh, no, he just psyched us out with some poop. That's okay. It's a natural reaction. Meanwhile, in Group 3, we have a lot of napping dogs. That's natural as well. Now, it seems like the food has rejuvenated every single one of the dogs in Group 4 because look at them, Lemon taking yet another one down. So I think they're all, no, Pez Girl has 3 left, but Lemon and CND1 both are down to their final 2 nuggets. And they are, wow, they are just lively as ever. Now, these guys are highly entertaining to watch. CND1 is just, frankly, pulling WWE moves on those nuggets. I don't know if he misunderstood that he was supposed to eat them and not beat them. It seems something got lost in Wobble translation. Now, it does seem like Group 4 is at a disadvantage since they started with 6 dogs. What do you think, PBD?
I couldn't agree more, Kaz. The fact that Group 4 was given such a disadvantage while Group 3 was cleaned out by...
Wow, wait a minute. Did you just say that?
Hi, I'm PBD.
Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. Checking back in with Group 2 here, it looks like Zelly is taking the advantage here that they have of having a lot of food in front of them and deciding to eat one, trying to catch up. Now, unfortunately, it may be in vain. They are pretty far behind. I believe, yes, it looks like Kirby Lover still has 1 left, and then Pipdragon has 2, so Zelly is still behind. In a similar setup here in Group 1, it looks like Polaroid has 2, Some Fun Doggo only has 1, and Leafy Sun, excuse me, has 3 donuts left. But nobody is as far behind as our contestants in Group 3. Oh, and there we go. Recording software trying to catch up. I believe each contestant now only has 3 left. That's good. That's good. Checking back in with our hyperactive Group 4. C&D1 is, of course, manhandling his chicken nugget here. And each contestant still only has 2 left. But look at this. It looks like Pez Girl is taking this lull in everybody's eating right now to pupate. Perhaps working up an appetite to really give her that finishing edge to wrap up this competition. It truly is anybody's game at this point. Oh, it looks like Leafy Sun and Some Fun Doggo here from Group 1 are going to take this opportunity to pupate here. And yes, of course, it looks like Polaroid is going to capitalize on their absence here by eating yet another donut. Tuning back into Group 2 here, it looks like Kirby Lover 1000 is still well in the lead. And yes, he grabs that last ant on a log and completes it. That makes him the first dog to finish his portion of this competition, securing his place in event number 3. Now in group number 3, as usual, we have Wobbly Legs and recording software here taking their sweet time. And then let's see, I have a good feeling, it's just, call it a gut instinct, that something big is going to happen here. Watch very closely. Keep watching. Watch right there in the screen. I apologize, I thought something was going to happen. Here in Group 4, we have a very odd lull in activity here as all 3 of our contestants are sleeping. But wait, C&D1 is waking up. It looks like you would think he would take this opportunity to eat and beat his competition, but instead he throws a nugget out. That is not fair, C&D1. You need to take that back, okay? I'm watching. You cannot hide it. Now let's circle back around to Group 1, and it looks like we have a couple pupations that are ready to complete here. Hopefully, this will help boost the appetite of our contestants, Leafy Sun and Some Fun Doggo. Right now, it does look like it's a pretty consistent race among all of our contestants here, but we really need to make some final progress. Speaking of progress, where we have seen the most progress is going to be right here in Group 2, where Kirby Lover 1000 is our first dog to move on to the final phase. We're left with Pit Dragon and Zelly, and hopefully one of them can make some progress and join them on the winner's round. Now we're gonna eventually have to see a winner out of recording software Wobbly Legs, but for right now, it doesn't look like we're really gonna see that with this check-in, as they both have plenty of deviled eggs left. Now where I do expect to see some progress very soon is going to be here with Group 4, where we have Lemon, C&D1, and Pez Girl. C&D1 with only 1 nugget left. I wonder where he managed to stash that other one here, because he did have 2 last time we checked in. Hopefully it's inside his stomach where we cannot see it here, or somewhere else in the room. And he does have the last nugget here, but it looks like Lemon is also eating one here, and C&D1 is only playing with it here. Now Lemon and C&D1 both down to 1 nugget left. Pez Girl, poor girl, sitting there with 2 nuggets left, and not that far behind, but far behind. And C&D1, that's nice. We didn't need to see that. Circling all the way back around to Group 1 again here, it is a very close competition. It looks like Some Fun Doggo only has 1 donut left here. Let's go ahead and destroy some poop. And there he goes. He is grabbing that final donut. That means that Some Fun Doggo is going to be the next dog that moves on to the final round. Who would have thought that such a small dog could eat so much? Me. I thought that. Me. In Group 2, where we only have 1 spot left here to join the winner's circle, we have Pip Dragon with 2 ants on a log left here, and he grabs one and he eats one. There we go. That brings him within 1 of securing his place in the final round. In Group 3, we need to see some progress here, and there we go. Wobbly Legs doing a sneak attack, flipping around and grabbing that deviled egg, putting it in his face and swallowing it down to his gullet, bringing him 1 deviled egg closer to the final round as well. Now, in probably our most heated group of all, we have C&D1 and Lemon, both with only 1 nugget left. And there we go. Lemon is securing their place in the final round here before C&D1. Frankly, that's kind of a surprise. Congratulations, Lemon. I truly thought C&D1 was going to get it first here. What do you think of that, PBD?
I'm PBD.
I could not have said it better myself. Now let's circle back here to group number 1, where it's down to Polaroid here with 1 donut left, and then Leafy Sun over there with, I believe, 3 donuts left. And Polaroid is securing their place in the final round as well, which means that group 1 is going to be our first complete group of them all. Unfortunately, that does mean that we have to say goodbye to you, Leafy Sun. Congratulations, though, for making it this far. In Group 2, you would think that we would be moving on pretty soon here to see who's going to be the final doggo making it to Stage 3 here of the event, as Pip Dragon only has 1 ant on a log left. Zelly does have 3, but they have a quiet advantage of being very hungry. They're just not taking advantage of it right now. In Group 3 here, we do have Wobbly Legs with only one deviled egg left, and recording software here has the advantage of mobility as they can move around with their legs, but they are just not. Oh, and here we go. Wobbly Legs secures their place in the final round here over recording software. I'm sorry. There was 2 of you. 1 of you had to go. I'm sorry. Now, we're getting very close to the end here with every group, and this one has been highly contested in Group 4. Currently, we have C&D1 and Pezgirl. Pezgirl has 2 nuggets left. C&D1 only has 1, hence the 1 in their name. I am just kidding. No relation here. Now, it looks like C&D1 grabbed their nugget. Are they going to try to hide it from us? They're not. Okay, it looks like at this point, they're probably just showing off. They know that they have 1 less nugget than their competition here, so they can afford to take their time, flex a little bit here, and I wonder if they know. There's no judges here to earn their approval, but if there was, they would certainly be earning it right now with those fantastic wobbly breakdance moves. And there we go. C&D1 finally chowing down that last nugget. Unfortunately, that does mean that we have to say goodbye to Pezgirl here. Goodbye, Pezgirl. You were a fantastic competitor, but it's too late. You don't have to eat that. We need to finally finish up group number 2 here. This is the last group that we had that we need to determine what the final dog going to the final leg of the competition is. Pipdragon is so far a favorite, and look at them sitting with their last piece of food. Perhaps they're just showing off. Perhaps they don't want to be showed up by C&D1. And here we go. Pipdragon is wrapping it up. There we go. That means that Pipdragon is going to be one of the 2 doggos from this group moving on to the final stage of competition. Unfortunately, that does mean that we have to say goodbye to Zelly. Zelly, you are a fantastic competitor, and better luck next time. We have had a lot of great competition so far, but we are not done yet. No, we are not. Only the best of the best has been able to move on so far, so let's take a look at Mr. Grizzly Bear 30, who did not follow directions to get here on time, and yeah, it looks like that hole that they dug in the background is not going to get him here.
Hi, I'm PBD.
Our witty banter and your color commentary is fantastic, PBD. I don't think I could do this without you. For the final stage of this competition here, we have 4 distinct tech rooms set up here with a platform, 1 for each group, and the remaining members of each group will go on their respective platforms, and the last one standing goes on. May the last dog standing win. Now for group 1 here, we have Polaroid and Some Fun Doggo placed atop their platforms here. We will see who is able to make the first move, and Some Fun Doggo is a little sneezy here. That might work out for him here, especially if he's able to do an attack, but no, it backfires. Let's put that in slow motion. It looks like he attacked Polaroid, but unfortunately, he went off the platform first. That does mean that Polaroid, you are moving on to the final stage of the competition, which will be in the next episode here. Unfortunately, that means that Some Fun Doggo, we do have to say goodbye to you. It was a sneaky attack, but it didn't pay off. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. Now for group 2 here, we have Pipdragon and Kirby Lover 1000 here. It could be anybody's game at this point, folks, and it looks like they're both trying to fly, but Kirby Lover 1000, no, he is just giving up. He man walks right over the side, and unfortunately falls face down, leaving Pipdragon as the winner here. Pipdragon, congratulations, you are moving on to the final stage of the competition here in next week's episode. Now for group 3, all we're left with is Wobbly Legs, and frankly, I don't know why we're having to do this here. He's the only one left. I mean, he's look at him. He's just showing off. I actually didn't think he'd be able to make it, but he's like a little Beyblade up there. Well, this is fantastic. He deserves to win. Well, I've been rooting for him this whole time. Now for the final group of the day here, we have Lemon and C&D1. It really is anybody's game at this point. They've both been hyperactive, so this could go on a long time, but it really is doubtful. As in the last stage of the competition, both of them were very active. And Lemon, oh no, Lemon finishes themselves off, meaning that C&D1, you move on to the final stage of the competition in next week's episode here. I knew you could do it, you little mosquito-looking dog. I knew you could do it. Lemon, I had a lot of faith in you as well. Really, I would have been happy with either of you, but unfortunately, we gotta call it here for you. I'm not calling it here for you, though. We have to show off all of our winners. That's right. After much blood, sweat, tears, pee, and even poop, we have our 4 winners. Wobbly Legs, the dog with no legs. Somehow you made it to the end. Pipdragon, you have oh so many heads and eyes. It looks amazing. C&D1, you look like a mosquito. I swear, if only you had a stinger, I would call you that. And then we got Polaroid here, who frankly, it was a lucky victory for you. You guys are our 4 winners here. And oh, look at Pipdragon is even going to go into the last leg of the competition here. Hopefully with a little ace up their sleeve after our pupation. Well, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up. Do consider subscribing. Join our Discord, links in the description, and I will catch you next time. Kaz out. Peace.